What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. And yeah, as you guys can see, my Corolla is finally running and it's running okay. Smells like usual. So here's the motor. It's having a little bit of valve ticking. Gonna have to check that out. I figured out the issue. So I was having a vacuum leak and it was coming from the throttle body here, and then I was having one here. I had nipples on them, but those nipples, they usually dry out and crack and just cause more leaks. So kind of did it the old school ghetto way with just a hose and a bolt. I'll figure something out better later, but it's running okay so far. You can hear the pilot bearing whining a bit. Probably gonna have to do a clutch change later on. But yeah, this motor is pretty rough. I don't know how long it has. I might do a cold gasket change, but I'm not really sure how long the motor is gonna stay or gonna be healthy. Doesn't really sound like the healthiest motor I have, but yeah, it's running though. It's on. Another thing was I changed out the temperature sensor and it's reading all the way hot, so gonna have to change it back to the OEM one. I think it's the wrong one, but overall everything's good. I think all I've been having was a fuel pump issue because that fuel pump sock was bad. And so yeah, it's idling pretty good. 1500. It's cold right now. It's only been like 2-3 minutes. That's why that doesn't make sense at all. It sounds nice though. I love the HKS sound. However, I will probably be changing out the exhaust to something else. But yeah, super glad that it's running again. At least I can move it around in the meantime and just kind of drive it around. Today we're actually going to be working on the bumper brackets and just going to be sanding them down, treating the rust, and then giving them a good spray over so they don't rust in the future, hopefully. But yeah, this car stinks. It kind of burns my nose when I breathe in, so I got to fix that issue. Maybe get a new cat or something, or just figure out the fuel air ratio because it's not really running right. But yeah, so just gotta let it warm up a little bit because it's been a while. I'm gonna change the oil. I put 20W50 in the summertime because it was super hot and I was getting a lot of valve tick, but I'm gonna change it back to 10W30 because it's a bit cold now, and kind of see how the motor likes that. Okay, so we got the brackets here. I don't have a welder yet, so I'm not gonna be able to patch this. So I'm not sure if I even want to fix the rust and paint these yet. I might just put them on for now, just to have the front bumper on. But I'm going to be doing the rears just so that I could get the rear on and have it mounted nicely. So let me go ahead and get those. Okay, so here are the Kouki rear bumper brackets, and I'm going to just use a wire brush wheel just to kind of grind it down a little. And then I have some Rust-Oleum rust dissolver, so that's gonna get rid of the rust. And then I also have some paint stripper that I'm gonna use too, so I'm gonna use the paint stripper first, get rid of this first coat, and then just kind of work from there. Okay, so this side's not too bad, but still gonna use the paint stripper. This side's pretty bad, but yeah, let's go use the paint stripper on it and try to get this coat of like paint on, and then we use the rust converter after that. So I know they stopped selling aircraft remover and I think California. We're stuck with this clean strip brand, and I don't know, I've never used it, so hopefully it's as good. So just got it in a tray, and I'm gonna use my brush and just brush it on. Alright, so that's it. So I'm just gonna let it sit for as long as it needs, and then see if it takes it off. If not, then we'll lay a second coat on. So I'll probably come back in like 20 minutes. Okay, so after like 30 minutes, didn't seem like it did much at all, which was kind of expected with this brand of paint stripper. It's not as aggressive as the aircraft remover, but we're just gonna try to use the drill again and the wire brush and just try to get as much as we can, and then just go ahead and lay on the rust dissolver, because I don't think this stuff is really gonna work. Okay, so the stripper actually made the paint a little softer, so I was able to scrape off most of it. I think I'm just gonna have to send these in to get sandblasted and powder coated in the future, but for now we're just gonna do what we can. So just gonna power wash them with the power washer, and then go ahead and put on the rust dissolver and see if that works. Okay, so here are the brackets. They're all sprayed down now and it's as clean as I could get them. So we're just gonna use the Rust-Oleum rust dissolver and see what it does to it. Just gonna use a brush to brush it on. And it says you don't want to have a dry surface, so you want to keep it wet, and then until it actually does its job. So gonna keep applying until it looks good. And I think this stuff works fast, so I don't have any nylon gloves, so just gonna try to be as careful as I can. Okay, sorry, I had to run to the store, so ran out of daylight when I got back. But here's the brackets, and I don't know if you could really see it, but the rust is pretty dark now. It's converted to something you could paint, hopefully. I did a couple of times before I rinsed it and washed it, but just gonna go ahead and lay some primer tonight, and then I'll lay the paint on tomorrow. All right, so just first coat. Ooh, it's laying kind of heavy. Stuff is crazy. It lays on really good, but I don't want any drips, so I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit. So I'll probably just primer both parts tonight and then just show you guys tomorrow when there's daylight. All right, what's up guys? So it's actually been a few days because it's been really cold here lately, but here's the bumper brackets all primered up and it looks pretty good. Some little things like on the inside here, it doesn't look too great, but overall it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lay on some paint, and it's just again some more Rust-Oleum, and it's just a gloss protective enamel. So we'll see how this turns out after I spray it, and I'll show you guys after. Okay, and here's the finished product, and it looks pretty good given that it's pretty cold right now and it's just spray cans. Didn't use a spray gun or anything, and it's not the best, but I mean it's gonna be covered by a bumper anyway, so it doesn't have to look the prettiest. But you can see it's pretty glossy. There's a lot of little imperfections, but overall it looks pretty good. So we're gonna let this cure for actually like a day or two so that it doesn't come off when I mount it onto the bumpers. And we can check out the other one as well. So here's the other one. Sorry, the patio is pretty dirty, but yep, it looks pretty good. We'll see how it turns out when it dries. So I'm just gonna let it cure for about a day, like I said, just to let it fully dry up, because I don't want it peeling off or scraping off when I touch it. And it might take a little longer to cure because it's cold. So, but the finish looks pretty good. It's pretty glossy. So hopefully it stays that way when it fully dries up. And then we'll be able to mount the bumpers on. Like I said, I'm not gonna do anything to the front bumper brackets because I still have to weld on that piece that was right here on, and I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, it looks good. I'm very happy with this, and we'll see how it turns out in a few days. So yeah, so that's probably gonna be it for today's vlog, and hope you guys are excited. After this, I'm finally gonna be able to put on the bumpers onto my 86, and that's gonna totally change the look of it. And so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching, and later. Peace.